Hi guys, and welcome to the Batch Lady. I am the Batch Lady and I am here today in Shaw's Butchers, Shaw's Fine Meat in Lauder, and I am here with the lovely George. How are you, George?
Nice to see you, Suzanne. I'm good.
So George is a great mate of mine, and the reason that we're not in my kitchen and we're here in the butcher shop is we are talking about cuts of meat. So this is a 4-minute video, and what we're going to show you is different cuts of meat, what you can ask for in the butchers, and how you can actually go ahead and cook it. And George here is a great expert. He does all our beef for us from the farm, and it's fantastic. So you own Shaw's Fine Meats, and you've got Lauder, Innerleithen, and what's the third one you've got?
An outlet in Dobie's Food Hall.
Outlet in Dobie's, yeah, in Dalkeith. So this is in the Scottish borders, and they have recently won an Eat Safe award, which you have for 2 shops now, is that right?
Lauder and Innerleithen.
Excellent. So this is a man, knows what he's talking about. Right, so we are talking about beef. Now, if you can see the poster behind us, we're going to slightly explain, you maybe see it closer up here, we're going to slightly explain where each bit of the meat comes from. So, so we all know our general meat, so we know sirloin and we know rump.
Yeah.
So we've got the rumps at the back here, and where's our sirloin?
Yeah, this is a hind quarter here, so your choicier cuts, more expensive cuts are here. Normally require more hanging, but quicker cooking.
Okay.
So sirloin, fillet, rump, and some roasting joints at the top.
Excellent. So we all know our main sort of ones that we would have a steak with or something like that. What I want to show you today is the cheaper cuts that you can batch with, because you're going to be cooking them slowly, generally. Say you're making a stew, and then you're going to be, everybody who's batching will be putting it in the freezer, and then they'll be bringing it back out and cooking it again. So lots of stews, lots of things and sauces. So what is some other cuts of meat that we don't know about? So for example, the shin. What one is the shin?
This is the shin here, which has various different cooking methods. It can be diced for a stew, it can be braised, it's also good to use as pulled beef. So if you cook it for a long time.
So like pulled pork, like my recipe for pulled pork, but we can do that with pulled beef. And so this is shin. So if we want to do pulled beef, we can ask for a shin.
Yeah, and it's sometimes known as hock.
Hock.
We're in Scotland, of course.
In Scotland, known as hock. Anywhere else known as shin. And expensive? Not expensive?
No, all these cuts are towards the lower scale. They're all from the forequarter and the flank.
Okay, so if you can't see this poster, if you can here, it's sort of like this front bit. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
This
the front of the animal.
Yeah, the front of the animal. So this is your shin.
And they don't require such long hanging, you know,
a
week, couple of weeks. That is all
Excellent.
that's all they require.
And when people go into butchers and they ask for, and it's stewing steak, what is that generally?
There's various different cuts.
Okay. So people just cut them up for stew.
They tend to go for a preference that they have because they've got slightly different tastes.
Right.
And they get to know what they like. But there's lots of different cuts you can stew.
Perfect. So I think we'll have to do a pulled beef recipe. Oh, I should have stay tuned just to the very end of this video. We've got a competition going, and I also want to show you some of the other recipes that I'm going to be doing with these cuts of meat. So, okay, now this one. Can you see this, guys? Can you see this?
This is spale
That
bone.
looks amazing.
A very popular cut now. Various different options again. It can be sliced, it can be done in a piece. Quite a fancy cut in restaurants now is iron steak, which actually comes from this cut, and it's a flash fry steak.
Oh right, okay.
But it can go down the other route as well and be cooked very, very slowly. It's a beautiful tender cut.
So spale bone.
Spale bone.
So we've probably, in the majority of us, never heard of spale bone or featherweight. So I mean, I'm a farmer's wife and have lots of sheep and cows that are in my freezer, and I wouldn't have known what spale bone is. So a good cheap cut to ask for. What type of dish could we do this with? So we could do thin sort of minute steak with it?
It needs to be cut slightly differently for flash fry, so it's normally about 3/4 of an inch.
So if we went to the butchers and asked for it, they would do it for you?
Iron steak.
Iron steak, perfect. So you can ask for iron steak, nice steak Diane sauce or something with it. And anything else we can make with this?
Dice it again. It makes a fantastic stew. Yeah, fantastic. My grand's old way of doing it was always to slice it and braise it down slowly.
Oh right,
that was the most popular way, the most traditional way.
Excellent. Okay, so spale bone, that's another one for you to ask for at your butchers. Now I've got a really big sort of nice, is this rolled?
That's brisket.
Brisket.
It can be rolled, it's not had the string put around it, this particular piece.
Right.
It can be pot roasted flat, it can be rolled and pot roasted. It's a fantastic cut if it's smoked, if you can smoke at home. Lots of people are buying these smaller,
Oh yeah.
you know,
You want to try
smokers,
smoking
it's a
it, maybe
great
on a
cut.
little egg or something
Yeah.
like that. You know,
Yeah.
one of those egg ovens, that might be good. So I have quite a lot of brisket in my freezer, so
Loads of flavour.
loads of
It's a fantastic
flavour.
cut.
So should be roasting it really.
Nice and slow, a pot roast
Yeah.
rather than an oven roast.
Okay,
Yeah.
pot roast, so you know you're putting it in a slow cooker or you're putting it in a low oven with plenty of water going
That's right.
in it,
Yeah.
and so it's going to stay nice and juicy and everything. So put it in even overnight or something. If you've got agas like I do, it's perfect. Bottom of the aga and leave it overnight would be great. Excellent. And this bit of, where did this come from?
This comes
bit?
from here, which is
Okay, so it's coming from this brisket sort of bit of the cow. Can you imagine? Feel like I'm being a cow. That bit. Right, let's move on. Now this is something that I would never know what to do with.
yeah, oxtail.
Oxtail.
This produces my favourite soup.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, it looks as though it's a little bit more work, but it's not really. If it's slow cooked,
Yeah.
the meat comes off the bone, and it's just got an individual flavour. It's fantastic. It's
So-
worth the effort.
Okay, so we're cooking this in a low oven
Yeah.
with some water in the pan.
Yeah, it's a pot roast again.
It's a pot
very,
roast
very
again.
slow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Or in a slow
Yeah.
cooker.
It can be cooked in a piece, or you can ask your butcher to joint it up like
And then
this.
once that's cooked, it's literally going to fall off
Yeah,
the bone.
yeah, it's a great flavour.
And people make stews with it, do
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
And oxtail soup.
Another trendy cut in restaurants now. You see it
Very
more and more,
trendy. It's like-
complementing maybe other cuts as well. You know,
Yeah,
two,
I
three
keep
different
getting
cuts
told
in the
about
plate.
marrowbone, people. Marrowbone
right.
is everywhere. Your son has a friend who's got a great restaurant that I've
Yeah.
been to a few times called Norn in Edinburgh, and we're going to be doing hopefully a video from there soon, so we shall ask about marrowbone when we're there, because I had marrowbone soup there the last time. So and I thought I wouldn't like it, and I loved it.
That's good.
Excellent. And finally, what have we got here?
This is what your granny would have thought was thin runner to make soup.
Thin runner, right?
The-
Never heard of
The
it.
trendy name now is Jacob's Ladder. And
Jacob's Ladder,
you see
very
this
trendy. You're
more
doing a
and
supper
more-
party,
More and more in restaurants now.
right?
Just a very, very slow cook, but lots of flavour again. You've seen it even in bars as snacks.
Oh, right.
The chef will cook it down. It has a little bone that runs all the way through it.
Uh-huh.
And when it's cooked well enough, the bone just slides out.
Right.
But lots of flavour again. But just more effort in the kitchen, but worth it. You know.
Yeah, well, we're batch leading, so we don't do effort, but we'll find a very easy way to do this with minimal effort. Brilliant. So, type of dish then, it's slow cooked. So, are we going to eat it like this? Are we going to cut it? Or
No, once it's cooked, it'll fall away. It'll break
Yep.
down. It's almost pulled again.
Right,
You know,
okay.
'cause it's that type of muscle. You know, it
Yep.
lends itself to break away once it's been
Break
cooked
away.
long enough. Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder, very trendy in restaurants, guys. I'm going to try to do this as a supper party and let you see
A
an
good
easy way to
inexpensive
do
cut
it.
as well.
And all of these cuts are inexpensive,
Yes,
aren't they?
yeah.
So this is the point we're trying to say. It'll save you money if you know what you're asking for at the butcher's. So that is our beef cuts. So they're weird and wonderful. I'm just going to run through them again. We've got shin. You want to point it out?
Shin.
We've got shin for pulled pork. We've got brisket.
Full beef,
Pulled beef. It's not pork.
brisket,
Brisket.
spale bone or featherweight.
Bone, Jacob's Ladder,
Yeah,
new trendy cut,
oxtail.
and oxtail. Okay, so that is fantastic. I hope that you've gathered some information for this. If you want any comments, put them down below. Give us a big thumbs up and please subscribe. I'm running a competition for anybody that wants to comment on this video below. Out of all the comments, I'm going to send you a free gift. I'm going to choose one person and send them a free Batch Lady gift. So please get commenting below, get liking and subscribing. And George, thank you very much.
Happy for
Anybody in the borders, check out Shaw's Fine Meat in Lauder, Innerleithen or at Dobies. It's fantastic.